All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about Errol Spence Jr.'s fight with Keith Thurman. Also, and the fact has come out that there's been some things put out there that may not be true. Also, Terence Crawford's team member, and I'm calling him a team member, got something to say to Errol Spence Jr. about enhancement testing. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, wrapping up any hopes of having what we wanted to see take place. But also have heard that some things that have been said about the Errol Spence Jr. versus Keith Thurman bout may not be true. And also the owner of Snack, who is contracted to work with Terence Crawford, a guy by the name of Victor Conti, has some real backhanded things to say to Errol Spence Jr. and his recent stance on enhancements in the sport. Now, before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And thank you to everybody that supports the channel, longtime subscribers and supporters. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really does mean a lot. This video I'm going to dedicate to my guy, Upper Echelon. Thank you so much, brother, for the support. And shout out to you, man. Great luck on your boxing YouTube channel. Really great work you got going on over there. But let's get into this, okay? So first things first, there were talks about Errol Spence Jr. versus Keith Thurman taking place because the WBC had mandated the fight. But people had come out and said that that bout is not going to be at 147 pounds, that Errol Spence Jr. would be, and Keith Thurman would be fighting at 154 pounds in a non-title fight. Now, I have since been told by some people that, and this is not some super inside source stuff, but it's just something for the sake of the conversation that we have that we need to clear up, that is nothing that has been said by Errol Spence Jr., by the PBC, or by Showtime, or by Keith Thurman. None of them have said that that bout is going to be a non-title fight at 154 pounds and that it would not be at 147 pounds, right? So a lot of the big to-do around that is just been speculation. It's been questions that have been asked, of Mauricio Sulaiman, and Mauricio Sulaiman giving his opinion about it. But that's not anything that has actually been confirmed as being true. So when we're talking about that stuff in our videos and our live streams, y'all can kind of, zip it on that one until that actually comes through. However, I do think that something is significant in this regard, and that is that they may as well go to 154 pounds if Errol Spence Jr.'s wish is to become the undisputed champion of the world, because that bout with Terence Crawford at this point in time is absolutely done. Will not take place. Man, I've gone from, 60-40 thinking the bout was going to happen to, 60-40 thinking the bout's not going to happen to now I'm at like 90. I'm at like 98-2. Okay, there's a 2% chance that I'm wrong, but with this recent move by Terence Crawford, actually requesting for Alexis Rocha to be his mandatory and talking about signing a multi-fight deal with Golden Boy and DAZN, right there, that just tells you, man, you can forget this bout with Errol Spence Jr. because it's going to be a full year, 2 years, a year and a half before Terence Crawford is going to be available to get in the ring with him. And Errol Spence Jr. is not going to be at 154 pounds that long. So, in my opinion, and honestly, even waiting for Terence Crawford at this point for Errol Spence Jr. is just ridiculous, man, because Terence Crawford does not want to give him that fight. Terence Crawford does not, for whatever reason you may name, does not. And you can tell it through his actions. I don't want to, and you can tell through what he said that he sees it never happening. That Terence Crawford is holding that belt hostage from Errol Spence. Period. Is not going to get in the ring with him. Is not going to give him the opportunity to fight him. He's going to go fight Alexis Rocha. Maybe he'll get in the ring with Virgil Ortiz. Maybe in 3 fights he'll get in the ring with Virgil Ortiz. I just think that this dude is absolutely, positively coasting this thing out for the rest of his career, man. And it's not, and to me, it's really not a good look. And I'm telling you, I don't care whether or not people like me saying it or not. This is a boxing channel. I'm giving my opinion about boxing. And like, if the things didn't just keep adding up to pointing this direction, I wouldn't say it. But the man literally said he did not want that bout with Errol Spence Jr. He said he saw it never happening. He was offered deals to go to fight with Errol Spence Jr., negotiated for 6 months, turned around and went on and got in a bout with David Avanesyan. Then he does not stay at BLK Prime, right? He's now going to go and he asks for a mandatory against Alexis Rocha by all signs, because the bout is because the mandatory is ordered 2 months early. He's a WBO super champion. He has 18 months after from the date of his fight in November of 2021 with Sean Porter. That's not till April. They're ordering this thing at the end of February, right? I believe it's the mid-April, right? So in mid-April or June, this is a full 2 months. It's about 2 months early before they're actually able to order him to take the bout. Why would they be ordering it now, right? Somebody asked them to order it and they agreed to it and said, okay, I'll take the match. You're taking the match, and if you sign a multi-fight deal with Golden Boy, you're not taking that Errol Spence Jr. bout. You're taking fights that you know you can win so you can get more paydays. And that's just what it is, man. It wouldn't be the first person in boxing to ever do that. However, the funny thing to me is also, in the last bit of this that I wanted to cover, is that Victor Conte, who Terence Crawford works with and owns Snack, actually came out and said something to Errol Spence about his stance on enhancements, and said, hey, yeah, it's really nice to see that you're out there speaking out about, enhancements and proper testing for enhancements in our sport. Hey, there's a new program, 24 hours at 365, 24 hour, what thing is it? 365, 724. Testing by VADA. Why don't you sign that? Like there's so many other people that are doing, right? Dude clearly taking a shot at Errol, because this is not the first time Victor Conte has said something about Errol, complaining that he wasn't listed for VADA and all of that stuff, man. It's very, very ham-handed attempt at another accusation and saying, yeah, you're talking about all these other guys, but you're not on 365, 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Like, even though, why would you need 365, 724? 365 takes care of the 7, right? 365, 24 hours a day. They can come test you at any point in time. Hey, Victor, why don't you get your fighters on that? You know what I mean? But I don't have a problem with them doing, but just a little bit of a low shot there at Errol Spence Jr., because Errol Spence Jr. was talking about what happened with Canelo Alvarez and Michelle Rivera. But anyway, I just wanted to put that in because I didn't want to do an entire video on that. So I just wanted to put that in at the end. But look, man, this whole thing is absolutely positively ridiculous. There's a lot. It's time to just kind of just say, hey, man, Terence Crawford is whatever. Terence Crawford's going to do whatever Terence Crawford wants to do. But I don't want to hear none of this looking for greatness and I'm a Hall of Fame fighter and all of that type of stuff. Not when you virtually coast out the last 7 years of your career. You know what I mean? You were not a Hall of Fame level fighter when you got out of 140 pounds. And just because you beat Jeff Horn at 140, at 147, and a bunch of other dudes that there was no doubt in the world that you were going to beat. But anyway, it is what it is. That's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.